I'm going to play a few by myself before Sasha comes back up. It's very exciting that some people are still here. I'm always afraid. Thank you. One of the things that made this venue special when I played it last time was that one of my daughter's favorite songs, the one who has Rett syndrome, is Waltzing Matilda. And I didn't know before I arrived here that was what was written above the stage. So I'm going to play a short instrumental arrangement of that song, which I came up with. Thank y'all. I just want to thank MJ again for having me again. This place is truly a magical spot among the pines. It's my favorite venue in the whole Atlanta area, for sure. I'm so glad to be back here. I'm going to play you a song that I just wrote. I was at the beach with my family, and while I was at the beach, I realized I'd never written a beachy song before. And I brought my guitar, because I booked a few gigs while we were there, much to my wife's dismay. And I wrote this next song, which is called Another Broken Heart in Paradise. It's a story often told. Love has flown and left me cold and alone. According to my medicine man, heartbreak's cure is sun, salt water, and sand. So I watch the waves come rolling in, and they crash just like my last romance did. They sparkle as they reach the shore, like the ring that she don't wear anymore. She's in the sun, sea and sand, so I'm adding to my plan 1,000 margaritas and a couple one-night stands. Look at all those shells washed up by the tide. Hey, that's me, another broken heart in paradise. I'm on the buffet plan, an endless margarita and a couple one-night stands. Look at all those shells washed up by the tide. Hey, that's me, another broken heart in paradise. Yeah, that's me, another broken heart in paradise. Thank you all. I found out earlier today that some people are going to be here from the great state of Iowa. Which is where my wife is from. And one day I saw these very same people walk into a gig, and I played a song that I wrote for my wife for Valentine's Day one year. Called Iowa Girl. And my friend Tony came up to me and said, "Where can I get that song?" And I said, "Oh man, it's just a song I wrote for my wife. I haven't recorded it yet. Maybe I'll record it in a couple albums." And long story short, Tony was very enthusiastic about this song. And he said his daughter, Olivia, worked for a charity that raises money for the Children's Hospital of Iowa. And if I recorded it, possibly it could be used to help raise money for this cause. So suddenly it went from a song that maybe I'll record someday to a song that I was motivated to record because not only did I have a very enthusiastic fan of this, but it could possibly help go to a very good cause, and I'm a sucker for things that help children in need, of course. And I'm not sure what part, if any, my song did in raising funds, but I know it was a very successful year. Olivia's told me, fundraising for the Children's Hospital of Iowa with an organization called the Dance Marathon. So give it up for Olivia and Tony. And if you like this next song, the reason you can go listen to it on Spotify or on a CD or wherever you listen to your music is because of Tony. Tony is like the guy. So, thanks, Tony. I was raised down in South Carolina, where they say nothing's finer than a Carolina girl. So imagine my surprise upon finding that the finest in the world is an Iowa girl. I'm in love with an Iowa girl. She's a mighty desirable girl. Boy, you sure always buying a blue. Ooh, I'm in love with an Iowa girl. Never cared much for power and money. I'm a happy-go-lucky kind of guy, as it were. Now she don't really care for diamonds and pearls, but if she desired the world, I'd buy her the world. I'm in love with an Iowa girl. She's a mighty desirable girl. Boy, you sure always buying the blue. Ooh, I'm in love with an Iowa girl. International connoisseur, but I must state that I prefer an Iowa girl. I'm in love with an Iowa girl. I'm a nutty, desirable girl. Oh, you sure always buying a blue. I'm in love with an Iowa girl. I'm in love with an Iowa girl. Sasha's gonna come back up and we'll play some more music together. Let's go to Coast of Mexico. Let's get staying alive. We're in the first of time. Oh, let me get that. My timepiece. A lot of cables. We're going to play a tune now that comes with another backstory. It's called Coast of Mexico. This is a tune that I wrote after I had an interesting experience on the coast of Mexico. When I first moved to Los Angeles, I met a guy who's a firefighter as well as an avid surfer, and he told me I had to go down to the Baja with him sometime because it was awesome. So I said, let's go. And we went down in his old Honda Accord. It was like a 95 Accord. And we drove past Tijuana, which is right on the border. And we went past Ensenada, which is about an hour south, where all the cruise ships stop. And after you get past those two cities, it's hard to exaggerate how little there is. It is just beautiful, pristine, open Pacific Ocean beach for 800 miles. And there's nothing but a little town every 50 miles or so until you get all the way down to Cabo San Lucas. It's truly amazing and unlike anything you can find in America. And just absolutely mind-blowingly beautiful. So we got past those cities, pulled over on the beach because you could just drive around on the beach. It's that rural. And we went swimming in the water, and maybe 15 seconds into our joyous entry into the Pacific Ocean, my friend says, "Oh no!" And I said, what? And he goes, "Oh no!" And I said, what, man? And he goes, "My keys fell out of my pocket." And I said, "Oh no." It's so bad. It was like, I thought we were gonna die. Like, I was like, there's nothing we can do. There's nothing. Because there's no cell phone reception down there. There's no cell towers for any direction. It's crazy. But our plan of action was to hike back up the highway till we found a little convenience store, because they have these like branded convenience stores down there. They're all a beer. They're all named after a beer. There's like a Corona store, Tecate store, but they're like CVS. It's very strange. So we stopped into a Tecate store on the side of the highway. It was like 6 miles back. It was forever. And we went in there and tried to explain in our high school Spanish the situation to the shopkeeper. And she finally understood what we were talking about. And she was like, "Okay, I'll call somebody." And we were like, who is she calling? Who could she possibly call? Like Honda? Like what's she? So we were just like, we have to go with whatever happens right now. A few minutes later, half an hour later, a beat up old VW Bug pulls up in front of the convenience store, and there's a skinny old man in it, and he's like, get in. So we're like, we could be just going down to our death, but all right, we get in. And he drives us out to the car. And it was one of the old model Accords. Remember, you used to have to stick your key in the trunk and like turn it to open the trunk. So this man, who's a handyman of sorts, maybe a locksmith, we're not sure what he was, he unscrewed the taillight and then took the lock out of its place. And the lock came apart into two halves, like two halves of a cylinder. And he took a blank key and a metal file, and he looked at the grooves, and he carved us a key on the beach, 100 miles south of the border. And we were like, holy cow, how can we repay this man? And we were like, cuánto cuesta? How much do we owe you? And he goes, $20. And we said, $20? And he goes, okay, 10. We were like, oh my gosh. We gave like $100 and went on our way and had the greatest trip ever. It was amazing. That's like how all of the Baja is. Just everybody's super relaxed. Like, nobody needs any money because it's $3, 3 tacos for $1 everywhere. Everybody knows how to do everything, how to fix your shack in your 95 Honda. I guess they're pretty good at stealing cars probably too. So this one's called Coast of Mexico. I wrote this after that trip.
Well, I'm heading south on Highway 25. And I'm going just as fast as I can drive. Well, honey goes to the USA. I'll see you again someday. 'Cause tonight I got a better place to be. Yeah, tonight I'll be staying on the coast of Mexico, in a little tent out on the beach, down as far as I can go, with a button of peyote or a little bit of Mexican snow. Whoa, 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 Mexico. Yeah, Tommy must mezcal. I got things I want to see, but I'm stuck here now because I threw away my key. So come on, señorita, come on and pile up conmigo, 'cause tonight I ain't going anywhere. Yeah, tonight I'll be staying on the coast of Mexico, in a little tent out on the beach, down as far as I can go, with a button of peyote or a little bit of Mexican snow. Whoa, 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 Mexico. From the valley to sea level, 'cause tonight she'll be staying here with me. Yeah, tonight I'll be staying on the coast of Mexico, in a little tent out on the beach, down as far as I can go, with a button of peyote or a little bit of Mexican snow. Whoa, 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 Mexico. Whoa, 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 Mexico.
There you go. Recorded that on my first album, as well as this next song. I had the first line for this next song for a while before I could figure out what went next. The first line was, "They call me the juggler because I always have 3 lovers." I thought that was a good concept for a song. It took me forever to think of the next line, but I think it came out pretty good. Y'all be the judge.
Ready? They call me the juggler, 'cause I always have three lovers, and I burn through Trojan rubbers like no other. When I'm not between the sheets, I'm busy staying undercover. Ain't as sweet as it seems being the juggler. Yeah, 'cause Edith likes eating at Easter Eden, where Wendy works on Wednesday evenings, and Donna Lee does her laundry 2 doors down. So when I'm out to eat with Edith, I'm always worried Wendy's watching, and equally Donna Lee's gonna be around. What's worse is Wendy lives by the Wally World, and Donna Lee goes to the pharmacy, and Edith's ex-old man's employed there. So I choose to keep a low profile and sneak around like it's going out of style. Try to keep these balls up in the air. Yeah, they call me the juggler, 'cause I always have 3 lovers. Sometimes I wish I had me a twin brother, 'cause it takes a lot of steam making all that hubba hubba. Ain't as sweet as it seems being the juggler. Yeah, well I had 3 more the month before, Tanya, Tina, and Isadora, but that all ended in a puddle of tears and blood. I had Tanya down for 10 to noon, and Tina turned up around 1 or 2, and Izzy used me all night like a stud. Then one day Tanya showed up a little late, and Tina turned up a lot early, and fists were flying till Lizzie came that night. I'm pretty sure Isadora's when they threw me on the floor, while Tanya and Tina punched and kicked and swore, and long story short, I lost the fight. Yeah, they call me the juggler, 'cause I always have 3 lovers, and they come and go, but there's always another. Yeah, I guess I can't be pleased by just one lady's comfort. Ain't as sweet as it seems being the juggler. Find someone to make me settle down, but I'd hate to be the one to make her suffer. 'Cause on one of them days we'd go to town, and one of my friends would flag us down and say, "You know why everybody calls him the juggler?" And I'd have to explain that they call me the juggler, 'cause I always have 3 lovers, and I burn through Trojan rubbers like no other. When I'm not between the sheets, I'm busy staying undercover. Ain't as sweet as it seems being the juggler.
All right. My wife loves that song.